Good afternoon. It's 2 o'clock, and I'd like to open the joint meeting for the Rules and Open Government Committee. Roll call, please.
Candelas.
Here.
Duan.
Here.
Foley.
Here.
Kamei.
Here.
Cohen absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Moving on to item A in our agenda, we have a cancellation of the May 26th meeting, and we have a draft agenda for June 2nd. Let's take a look at that. We have 9:30 a.m. closed session and regular session at 1:30. We have consent starting on page 5, going on to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, ending on page 11, moving on to strategic support. We have reinstatement, remote participation, and amendments to Council Policy 037. We have public hearing on liens. On page 12, we have transportation and aviation services on page 13, environmental services on 13, starting there, moving on to public hearing for residential garbage and recycling, public hearing for municipal water system on page 14, going on to page 15, 6.4, public hearing for approving the Muni Water System Shortage Contingency Plan. We don't have anything in neighborhood services. Community economic development starts on page 15, 8.1, 8.2, on page 16, 8.3, page 16, and then we have one item for the redevelopment successor agency on page 17. We have land use starting on page 17, going on to 18, and that's it. Is there any public comment?
Yes, Brian.
Thank you very much. This is the last part of the agenda, and it's on every agenda. It is the public meeting decorum. And all I would suggest is all this is understandable, but it's sort of an agreement between the people who participate on that side of the dais. It would be nice if something was written right on the same page that our letters are read, our phone calls are answered, or at least documented in some way, and that agreement between us sharing with you and you sharing with us is at least taking place as the same expectation that we have when we come here. Because at the end of this, it says we can be arrested. Now, granted, that's an extreme example, and people aren't hauled out of here every day, thank goodness. But if it makes sense, it does to me, maybe it doesn't to other people, it should be both ways. That there's an agreement on that side of the dais that there is this, what we do does have an impact. When we talk, when we write, when we make phone calls, that it's numbered, it's tabulated. I know you can't give away with your methods of how you deal with your own internal communications with the public, but just something even generic, because it does make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to the committee.
Thank you.
Move approval. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any other questions? Seeing none, let's vote. Great.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to item B, consent calendar. We have 1, 2, 3 items on consent. Is there any questions on consent?
Move approval of consent calendar. Second.
Okay. Public comment?
No public comment.
Okay. Seeing no question, let's vote.
Motion passes.
Okay, and then on our item C, we have one item, policy analysis of vacant commercial storefront activation tools, and that has been deferred, so we don't have anything else. We're up to open forum.
No, we still need to vote on the deferral.
Move approval of the deferral.
Is there a public comment?
No public comment.
Okay, thank you very much. Please vote.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much, and we are up at open forum.
Brian.
Two things really quick. The first of all, it's Memorial Day. I recommend at least, I usually spend between 2 or 3 hours on Memorial Day reading people who are Medal of Honor recipients and the great price they paid. On the roads in California, between 3,800 and 4,500 people are killed each year. 200 to 250,000 people are injured. It costs, this direct cost is $6 billion. And if you take in all of the social factors, the medical costs and everything, it's well over, it's tens of billions of dollars every year. This body and a lot of other bodies take on things that are really important, you know, divesting from certain Middle Eastern pursuits, you know, the companies that deal with business with Israel or something like that. This is something that directly is controlled by the state and local authorities in the state of California. This is not mostly the federal government, it's the state government and it's the local governments. Every time I drive here, every time I go home, at every intersection on peak times, somebody blows through a red light, somebody's going through fast, at every single intersection. Either somebody walking, somebody riding a bike, a scooter, or somebody in a car, all the time. Right up the street on 4th Street, there's a bus that stops, big sign comes out. You take, as a driver, you take your life in your hands because you're supposed to stop and wait for the kids to cross the street. The people behind you get extremely angry, almost violent, all the time. And I've called, I've made complaints. I don't know what happens with that. I don't want to see children hit. This is something that is directly controlled here. And so I would just think that we should take and be asking questions every meeting. What is being done about this? This has a profound effect on people. Thank you.
Back to the committee.
Thank you. And with that, we adjourn at 2:07. Thank you very much.